Hello.
We were trying to work out who it is, what it is was.
It is who it is.
You've had such a busy lockdown, like throwing yourselves into so many things and just embracing the new normal. Have you kind of enjoyed it in a weird way?
We feel exactly the same way. And It's like, as you adjust to it, it does become the new normal, and then it's not so, shocking every day. It's like you get used to it, and we've been trying to find the silver linings in it, It's been nice.
Yeah, it's kind of surprised you a little bit in terms of the way things have gone, and some things that you've enjoyed and some things not so much.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, it's given us. I think the "it is what it is" thing is actually something that we always point back to that in case you ever start trying to you get too stressed out and try to control things, because so much of this is out of all of our control, But it's good to see everyone, all of you guys at one time. It's crazy. It's crazy because we've seen all of you separately. So.
Yeah, we don't usually exist in the same time zone.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks for doing this, guys.
Yeah,
we were looking forward to this.
No, not at all. Dan, did you have a question?
Yeah. Good to see you guys again, first of all.
Okay.
You did a Netflix watch party recently with Amberly Snyder for the whole Walk, Ride, Rodeo thing. So for anybody who's not too familiar, tell us about how you got involved with that team and what the Netflix watch party consisted of.
Yeah, it was really cool. We had written our song called Hail Mary, and we didn't have a plan to release it at that point, but we got a call that I guess the music supervisor that did the film, Walk, Ride, Rodeo, the Netflix film, heard our song and wanted to include it in the film. And so it was just such an honor for us. When we found out about Amberly Snyder, who the movie's about, and her story and how inspiring she is and the story is, it just felt like the absolute perfect way to release our song Hail Mary. And so it was really an honor to have it be a part of that film. And then from there, we've become friends and done a couple of joint events with Amberly. And
I think we were actually playing at the NFR in Las Vegas, which was a big rodeo event, and Amberly was riding there. And this was right around the time that we found out the song was going to be in the movie. So we actually reached out to her just to say hi and introduce ourselves. And she ended up coming to our performance, and we dedicated the song to her. And so since then, we've really stayed in touch as friends, kind of off record. And she's expressed that at the point that Hail Mary comes on in the movie, which is the first time that she learns to drive again, that was really a highlight for her. And for us, that's I think as songwriters especially, that's about the ultimate compliment. So it's just been a really meaningful journey, and we were excited to put that together and try to put it on a time zone that our friends in the UK could participate. So it was really cool.
And the Netflix party was great because Amberly got to be on there and actually watch with everyone and then answer questions while the movie was going on. So people got to ask her, how did you feel during this moment? And then she really was able to elaborate more, which I think gave a really different kind of behind the scenes look at what her real story was like. So it was cool.
Very cool. James, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the film theme going. It's made me think when we were talking about the film, what my favourite film soundtracks were, and I've come up with Top Gun, Rocky IV, and the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I just wonder, what are your favourite film soundtracks? And also, if you could put one of your other songs into a film, which film would you like to see one of your songs in?
What a great question. Some of my favorite film soundtracks are Forrest Gump, and most recently La La Land. Those songs are always in my head, so it's my favorite but also annoying.
And I'll throw, Star Wars is obviously the best soundtrack, but to pivot to the next question, since I don't think any of our music would work in Star Wars, although I have written to them often, there's a movie called Rudy. And it was a really big movie here. Not all of our friends in the UK have been exposed to it, because I think NFL UK wasn't around when that movie came out. But it's an incredible true story about a guy named Rudy Rudiger that walks on at Notre Dame. It's one of the best sports movies of all time, and I hope that it gets an official release in the UK. but that's been a really inspirational movie to us and his story and his journey. And we've actually become friends with him, and we're working on ways to possibly work with him. So I think, I always hear our song Hail Mary in his movie, but no one's actually approved that or anything. But if there was ever a remake, I would say it would be Rudy.
It's funny you should say that, because the guys on the Bobby Bones show are always going on about Rudy, and it's been in the back of my head for months now. I ought to try and track this film down.
Oh, how interesting.
Oh, that's really cool. We've heard that.
Yeah, Rudy's just always been a very big inspiration to us and when you watch the movie, you'll totally get why. I mean, he'll become an inspiration to everyone in your own way. But so it makes sense that people are, still talking about that movie today, even though it's, years old. So
yeah.
Thanks. That's lovely. Pip?
Hi guys, nice to see you.
Hey, Pip, what's up, brother?
When we spoke a few weeks ago, we were talking obviously about impending parenthood. So I was going to ask for an update on that. And are you already preparing to bring the baby on tour when you get back over here?
Yes, is the answer to that. And that's actually one of the things we're most excited about, is just the fact that, first of all, getting back out on the road and playing music live, but that's going to be a big part of her first year of life, I think is really fun. The pandemic makes it a little difficult to plan exactly what that's going to look like. But we're just kind of moving forward as though everything's going to happen, and that's exciting. And other ways we're preparing is we are in the middle of painting the nursery right now, which is fun. We didn't know if we were going to do it or just get too lazy, so.
Yeah, and it's funny that you asked that question, Pip, because I don't know if that's an offer to help out when we're on stage or whatever, but we figure that we've made so many friends over there that by the time we actually come back, I'm looking at Imogen, and she's kind of like,
we'll just hand her off, you guys can pass her along.
Well, there's enough of us, isn't there? I'm sure one of us will be able to babysit for you next time.
I love it.
I have to say the UK education system is top notch if you want to relocate.
Really?
I'm speaking as an ex-teacher. I was a primary school teacher of very little ones for 23 years.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for that, because we have talked about that.
I need a better education. You picked up on it so easily.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So enough for the questions for now. You're going to play something for us. What are you going to play, guys?
Yeah, so we're going to play our song Drinking About You. And this song is our next single to country radio here in the US, but it was our first single that we released over there in the UK. It was like our introduction, and it was really special for us to have such a warm welcome. And we were featured by Balin Leonard on Country Hits Radio and Chris Country, and we had the opportunity to perform the song on the Radio 2 Country Festival with Bob Harris, around the time that the C2C that wasn't happened. So we thought we'd kick off with Drinking About You. Plus, it's not quite happy hour here yet, but I think over
it's
there,
happy hour where
it's
you
totally
are, so.
justifiable. Never should have worked on you. Here's to the wine that got us into what we got into. Here's one for all the good, and nothing for the best. It's a Friday night, it's a neon light, it's another stranger trying to talk to me. It's a shot of Jack that you can't take back. It's a song that's playing out of memory. And I'm just sitting there thinking about you. I'm just sitting there thinking about you. Here's to the last more whiskey, wondering if you're alone. Here's to the guy who's buying, the guy who's trying to take you home. Here's to until it is. want to know when we're in love. It's a Friday night, it's a neon night, it's another stranger trying to talk to me. It's a shot of Jack that you can't take back. It's a song that's playing out a memory. And I'm just sitting there thinking about you. And I'm just sitting there thinking about you. Yeah, yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking about trying not to think about it. I'm just sitting there thinking about trying not to think about you. I'm just sitting there thinking about, can't stop thinking about you. It's a Friday night, it's a neon light, it's another stranger trying to talk to me. It's a shot of Jack that you can't take back. It's a song that's playing out of memory. Hey, I'm just sitting there thinking about you. I'm just sitting there thinking about you. I'm just sitting there thinking about.
Oh, love that song so much. And I think we're going to go to Laura has a question. So Laura, are you there?
Yeah, so I'd like to ask, what's the one song that you guys wish that you'd written?
One?
Just,
Do we
yeah.
have to agree, do we have to agree on it?
No, it can be two separate ones.
That's a good question. That's
a really good question. I would say Imagine, probably, and especially now, like when I hear that song with everything going on now. I wish that I wrote that song. That would be amazing.
It's such a hard question because my tendency is to pick something more like Shannon did that's obviously more meaningful. But if I'm being honest, the song that I sing the most when I pick up the guitar that I'm constantly trying to get Shannon to cover with our band is Because the Night. And it would be probably based on the version that Springsteen did with Patti Smith and U2. So kind of more of that rock and roll thing. But that's a very tough question. We could go on for hours to answer that. That's a good question.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, guys.
So this is just a who's most likely, I guess, kind of game. So which of you is the tidiest?
Me. I mean, Ray.
Shannon.
Yes. We don't need to debate about that one.
Hey, which one of you guys is the best cook?
Ryan.
I mean, it's more of a default.
I microwave things, so it's not hard to be a better cook than me.
So
That's what I can do.
I cook
microwave.
more than she does. I happen to think she's a better cook than I am, but I cook more than she does.
Okay, so following on from that question, what is your signature dish?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, your signature dish.
A signature dish?
Yeah, so think about it.
I mean, is that like the shakes that do shakes count? They don't.
No, those are snacks.
I mean, I guess quinoa. It's not an exciting answer, and I wish I had a better one. But I mean, I make a mean quinoa with soy sauce, and I put in all kinds of stuff. Tofu.
In your seasoning.
And I like to impersonate Beans' role in Love Actually when I do it. So I don't know if anyone remembers the reference or not, but when he.
Yeah.
So I put in salt and pepper, very it's, I don't know, I don't think that's going to excite many people.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You lost me at tofu there, I'm afraid.
Check out tofu.
You've ruined your image in my eyes now.
I know. Hey man, it's really just a big gigantic steak with nothing on it, man. I just eat it raw,
Well, my question is going to be, which of the two of you is likely to get into an argument on social media?
That's actually a really good question.
I mean, I would say neither of us have ever really done that because we're so sensitive to doing that because it just seems like, especially these days.
I will very delicately navigate these waters here, but here, over here, there's a lot of things that have become politicized, you know, even to a degree. The pandemic feels politicized. It's very polarizing.
People are very divided.
There's elections, there's an upcoming election. These things are all very sensitive. And as a result, I think the stance that we take when we consciously talk about it is there's more than enough division to go around in our country. And so we always make an effort when we're posting things to make sure it's inclusive. So it's not actually a put off to the question, but we always check ourselves. And it doesn't mean that we don't have opinions or beliefs, but we don't really stick to any of those things as strongly as we do the importance of people just being cool and not having division. So that's where we prioritize. So we really don't. I mean, occasionally, if it's like, who's the greatest quarterback of all time, and someone says it's not Joe Montana,
yeah, then
I have
you would get
something to say.
social media.
But otherwise,
Okay, then. So who's the best driver?
me.
No, it's me for sure. That one's definitely me.
Well,
it depends. Ryan drives very slow.
I've gotten a
People
ticket.
honk at him
I've gotten
for
pulled
driving
over for
very
driving too slow, but I think that's like, because what's the rush? It's like
He'll go like literally 45 miles per hour on a freeway, you know, on a highway. Like
because I'm listening to music, I'm relaxing, I'm usually meditative. You know, it's like, what's the rush? You know,
So
why get in a car accident?
Yeah, the opposite to me. And which of you two will be getting up with the baby in the middle of the night?
That'll probably be me. Yeah. Be like, she's gonna change the diapers and she's gonna get up in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm sure once I learn how to change a diaper, because see, I thought there was like some button you press and it changed the diaper, or you know, I didn't really think about all of this stuff. I just said, oh, that would be super great. We'd have a kid and
skip over those years of
so I think it'll just be a process that Shannon may have to teach me, and we're not even sure how many other people will be around to teach me because of the pandemic and the you know.
Yeah.
So which one of you guys does all the ironing and the cleaning and all the dirty stuff around the house?
That's easy.
That's me with the stuff around the house and cleaning and ironing.
Okay, so Shannon is more around the house. I change the cat litter.
Yeah.
Not as often as she would like.
Because I'm pregnant, so I'm not allowed to.
But actually, I steam. I'm a steamer.
Ryan just loves to steam.
I like really.
He loves steaming.
I really like to like when we were out there for C2C. I brought like 2 steamers, and I don't know what that. I just really like to steam. I enjoy the process. So we actually don't even know if we have an iron that really works because I steam everything.
Yeah, that's true. You are good at steaming.
Right, and there's nothing more manly than a good old steam.
Good old steam.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's why I bought a set. Yeah.
Whilst he's eating tofu.
I was going to say, between the tofu and the steaming,
just
really...
the steamed tofu and the steamer with the clothes. It's like that rock and roll Bruce Springsteen thing where it's talking about. It's like it's just out of control here sometimes.
Who controls the TV remote?
Me, right?
She does, because she's a scroller. Is anyone else there either a scroller or married to with someone who's a scroller? and so what happens is she'll go for like a period of, and I don't like the scrolling. So I actually try to have conversations, like let's watch Star Wars, or let's watch Rudy, or Star Wars, or Braveheart.
Like
it's like, you got 3 or 4 movies. Harry Potter, of course. Like, I think it's what we went to bed to last night.
Yeah.
But she'll like actually think about it, and so she scrolls, and usually somebody's sleeping by the time she's done scrolling, so we don't actually watch TV at all.
See, I have to say, I am a scroller, so I am completely with you there. I waste a whole hour scrolling and then go, I've not time to watch anything now.
Now I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. I know.
Yeah, for the last question, I'm kind of hesitant to ask this the way that the world's going, but which one of you would thrive the best in a zombie apocalypse?
Okay, so I think I have not only the correct answer to that, but the factual answer, because I think that we both handled this. We've actually, there's been a lot of positives for us, with all compassion to people that have had difficulties during this time. But being pregnant and being home has been something that would be easier than being on the road visiting 200 country radio stations all over the country. And obviously being in the UK was a huge priority, but but being pregnant and doing those things. So I think because Shannon is thriving in a pandemic while pregnant, I don't think that I could even compete, you know, because I'm not pregnant. So
That's
it's
a
a
good
lot
answer.
easier for me.
That was the right answer.
Was the right answer? That was like 100%.
Yes. Thank
I'm
you.
also looking for brownie points.
Yeah.
And I think that that really should help, at least for a couple of
Points.
points.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great answer.
Thank you.
So you've got another song for us. What are you going to perform next?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, thanks so much for having us. We're going to perform our song Hail Mary, which is out now in the UK. And we, this song has been really special to us. It's taken on a lot of different meanings throughout our journey. We wrote it originally about just overcoming adversities in our lives and in our business journey together, trying to make it in music. And then, we talked about the Netflix movie and how it was released there. And then we got to perform it halftime Monday Night Football here with the 49ers, which was incredible. And then, now I think with the world being what it is, and just we felt like this message was really fitting for the times. So it continues to change meanings on us, but
Yeah, and what I would say a true highlight from this period of time for us was that this was featured by Whispering Bob.
Yeah.
And so we were actually in our driveway, with the radio cranked up, tuning in online, and we got to hear this song on BBC Radio too. So it's been a really special part of our journey, and we'll play this one. This is our Hail Mary, even if it don't look pretty. I still got a lot of pride left in me. This is our Hail Mary. Counted on me, counted out, didn't count on this right now. Right now. Head up in the floorboard, somehow we're losing ground. If we're going down, I'll be swinging, I'll be singing, ooh, I'll be singing, hallelujah. This is our Hail Mary, even if it don't look pretty. I still got a lot of fight left in me. This is our Hail Mary. I saw you don't beat the odds, but they don't know that thing we got. What we're about. Got a lot laid on the line, but not a lot left on that card. If we're going down, I'll be singing, I'll be singing, ooh, I'll be singing, hallelujah. This is our Hail Mary, even if it don't look pretty. I still got a lot of fight left in me. This is our Hail, this is our Hail Mary. Baby, this is for all the glory. Let's give her one hell of a story. This is our Hail Mary.
Oh, that song. It's just so magical. Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to chat with us and be with us today. It made up for obviously not seeing you at C2C and not seeing that performance. So hopefully we'll see you again soon.
It's so fun for us, and we really appreciate all of your support individually and together. And thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing all of you. And I see Linda, John, Laura. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully sooner rather than later.